Good morning to all. Today our topic is on vapor compression, refrigeration types, different types. So in this vapor compression refrigeration, we discussed about wet compression, dry compression, superheated compression and subcooling. In the last class we discussed about what is vapor compression, what are the process in vapor compression refrigeration system, and what are the main components in the vapor compression refrigeration system. So what are the main components in the vapor compression refrigeration system? Compressor, condenser, expansion valve and evaporator. The main function of the compressor in the refrigeration system to compress the refrigerant from evaporator pressure to condenser pressure, that is from low pressure to high pressure. So here wet compression. The wet compression means the condition of the refrigerant before entering into the compressor is wet. Here ఇక్కడ రెఫ్రిజిరెంట్ అనేది కంప్రెసర్లోకి ఎంటర్ అయ్యేటప్పుడు ఏ స్టేటస్లో ఉందో, సో ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ వెట్ స్టేటస్, దట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ కంప్రెషన్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఎ వెట్ కంప్రెషన్. That type of compression is called as a wet compression. So wet status means it consists of the liquid refrigerant particles. Liquid refrigerant particles. ఈ liquid refrigerant particles ఈ refrigerant లో ఉంటే before entering into the compressor, that type of compression is called as a wet compression. So we know already this is the subcooled region, this is the wet region, this is the superheated region. So before entering into the compressor, the condition of the refrigerant is wet. So 1 to 2, the process is isentropic compression. It takes place inside the compressor. This is the pH diagram. This is TS diagram. So first, the condition of the refrigerant before entering into the compressor is 1. So at the end of the compressor is dry saturated state. At the end of the compressor is dry saturated state. So 1 to 2. This is the 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 1. This is the pH diagram for the wet compression. So this is the TS diagram. 1 to 2 isentropic compression. So before entering into the compressor, wet condition. At the end of the compression is dry saturated refrigerant. The condition of the refrigerant is dry saturated. That's why the point 2 is here, dry saturated. That's why here. So one more type. So before entering into the compressor, the condition of the refrigerant is wet. At the end of the compression also wet. So that is from 1 dash to 2 dash. That may be chances in the compression. So that may be chances. So 1 dash to 2 dash, 2 dash to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 1. If the end of the compression is wet, that is so at that time 1 dash to 2 dash, 2 dash to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 1. So compression takes place in the fast rapid time. So due to that fast action, the liquid refrigerant అనేది వేపర్ కన్వర్ట్ కావడానికి టైం లేకపోవడం వల్ల, సో అట్ ద ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద కంప్రెషన్ ఆల్సో లిక్విడ్ పార్టికల్స్ అట్లే ఉండడం వల్ల, సో ఇట్ కన్సిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ wet condition. So at the end of the compression there is no liquid particles. At that time, that is the dry saturated state. So at the end of the compression లో కంప్రెషన్ అనేది ఫాస్ట్గా జరగడం వల్ల there is no time to vapor the liquid particles. That's why at the end of the compression also it having the liquid particles. So due to that reason, the condition of the refrigerant at the end of the compression also wet sometimes. So that's why 1 dash to 2 dash, 2 dash to 3, 3 to 4. This is the pH diagram for the wet compression. This is the TS diagram. Okay. So next one, dry compression. Dry compression means vapor at the entry of the compressor is dry. Vapor at entry of the compressor is dry. That means there are no liquid particles. There is no liquid refrigerant particles in the vapor. So there is no liquid particles in the so that's why it is called as a vapor compression. So this is the pH diagram. So 1 to 2. So entry of the compressor is dry saturated. So end of the compressor is superheated region. So 1 to 2 is the compression, isentropic compression. The isentropic compression lines, the pH diagram is like this. So in case of the TS diagram, this is the vertical line, the entropy is the constant. So this is the parallel to this line, parallel to this line. So entropy at 0.12, the entropy at 0.2. So S1 is equal to S2. So in case of the pH diagram, the entropy line is like this. So that's why. So before entering into the compressor, this the condition of the refrigerant is dry. At the end of the compression is superheated condition. So 1 to 2 is the isentropic compression. So 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 1. This is the pH diagram for dry compression. Dry compression. So TS diagram for dry compression. Okay. Next, superheated compression. The vapor at entry of the compressor is superheated state. Vapor at entry of the compressor is superheated region. So see here, vapor at entry, this is point 1. This is the condition of the refrigerant at entry of the compressor. So with this condition, the refrigerant entering into the compressor. So at the entry of the exit of the compressor, this is the condition. This is the condition. So 1 to 2 is the superheated condition. Superheated condition. This is the pH diagram for superheated compression. Next, 2 TS diagram. TS diagram 1 to 2. See here, this is the superheated region. At the entry of the compressor, the condition of the refrigerant is superheated. So at the end of the compression also, exit of the compression also superheated. So this is the superheated compression for TS diagram. TS diagram for superheated compression. Subcooling. Subcooling means the liquid refrigerant is cooled beyond the saturated liquid state. The liquid refrigerant is when the refrigerant is converted from vapor to liquid in the condenser, they reject the heat, latent heat. It rejects the heat from the refrigerant. Then the vapor is converted to liquid. That liquid refrigerant is cooled. That liquid refrigerant is cooled beyond the saturated liquid state. So this is the saturated liquid line. This is the saturated liquid line. This is the critical point. This line is the saturated liquid line. Saturated liquid line. So this point is saturated liquid state. This point is saturated liquid line. So the cooling of that water is beyond that point. Beyond that point. That's why the line comes to from point 3 dash to 3, 3 dash to 3. So 3 dash to 3 రావడం వల్ల so this point moves 3 to 4. It is not beyond to this line. This is the final condition. This is the final condition. If it is not beyond that point, so this is the final condition. Sorry, 4 dash, 4 dash. Then the refrigeration effect is that much only. So if it is the liquid is beyond the saturated liquid line, so we get more refrigeration effect. So this is the pH diagram for subcooling. See here, this is the TS diagram. So TS diagram, constant pressure line 2 to 3, 2 to 3, 0.3, this is 0.3, this is 3, sorry, this is 4. If it is the liquid is saturated liquid is cooled beyond the saturated liquid line, we will get more refrigeration effect. So the refrigeration, to increase the refrigeration effect beyond the cooling is better, saturated liquid line is better. So these are the different types of vapor compression refrigeration. So in the next class we discuss about what are the main advantages and disadvantages in wet compression and dry compression. Okay, thank you.